The RS6 Avant first came to India in 2015, and it was the only estate you could buy in the luxury segment. In fact, it was Audi's first estate in the country too. But now there's a more powerful version available, and though it's not a facelift, it's certainly getting a lot of attention.
So yes, this is a blast from the past because this harkens back to the design that Audi cars actually had before the entire transition happened. And you can see the signature lines of the A6 on this one too. The T-shaped LED DRLs, the lines on the side, the lines on the bonnet. But this one is wider than the A6 sedan, and that's where the difference is. However, a car lover might just look at it as a station wagon, and badging, and say, alright, RS6. But it's the exhaust note that makes a lot of difference between both the cars, and that's what we are going to check out.
The RS6 is a car that would not demand a second glance, and while the people acknowledge its presence, there are rarely those who understand what a beast it is. One only recognizes its worth when the sports exhaust starts to sing.
Now Audi has been downsizing their engines quite a bit. You saw that in the A4, and this one is no different actually. From a 5-litre V10, Audi has come down to a 4-litre V8, but the horsepower is what hasn't been compromised on. 597 of them, and you know that just speaks volumes about how well the car has been provided with power. To begin with, well, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is done in just 3.7 seconds. To put that into perspective, it's faster than the Ferrari F50, the Lexus LFA, and even the Pagani Zonda C12S. And that speaks volume about what Audi is doing with this car.
The turbos are located in the engine's hot V to minimize lag by creating the shortest possible path for exiting gases from the exhaust to turbo to inlet. The torque is a massive 750 Newton meters, and that kicks in from as low as 2500 RPM. But it's that beauty of a transmission that makes sense of it all.
That 8-speed Tiptronic gearbox is absolutely sensational. It's just power, and it just keeps piling on. You don't want that power to go, and it doesn't. It never disappoints. And you can just push the car. What is also important to note is that when you push this gear lever down by 1 millimeter probably, the entire sequence of the car changes. The car becomes a bit more aggressive, and then there's a beautiful soundtrack which pops and crackles, and you never want to get out of it. And that's what you want to do all day. It's a flick of the wrist, and well, the entire nature of the car changes. Yeah, and I haven't put my foot down yet, but that's how quick it is to respond, and that's how amazing it is to drive and to listen to.
It also has the Audi Drive Select system, which adjusts transmission, engine, steering, suspension and throttle calibrations to offer comfort, dynamic and a configurable individual setting. The ride quality in comfort mode is exceptional despite the 21-inch wheels. At around town speeds, the Audi pulls in its horns and assumes a perfectly civilized personality. But the pops and the crackles attract a lot of attention, and you can even hear the exhaust note inside the cabin, though it is very well insulated. And might I say, it's a familiar sight too.
So the cabin is not exactly, well, new gen, because we've seen a lot of stuff on the new cars, even right from the A4 to now the upcoming A8. So there's no virtual cockpit in here, and there's no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. However, these seats are super comfortable. They are extremely snug and very good thigh support, and you love that driver oriented cockpit. which is immensely engaging. So all in all, not new, but still has that bit of factor still in the car.
The emergence of an 8-inch retractable MMI multimedia screen adds a touch of theatre on startup, and the racy carbon fiber trim pieces bring extra drama to the dashboard, center console, and even the door tops. The wagon body type also ensures there's more space at the rear, and that's why this one is very practical too. With the rear seat upright, there's 565 liters of storage space on offer. Fold the 60-40 split folding backrest down, and that figure increases to no less than 1680 liters. So it's practical, capable, and supercar fast. It's comfortable, and though takes a lot of space in the parking lot, can be used as a day-to-day family car. It's 30 lakh rupees more expensive than the standard RS6 Avant. So, at 1 crore 65 lakh rupees, it's not exactly cheap, but the thrills it has to offer are huge.